What's going on, everyone? So the Phoenix Suns are going to run it back another year. Yes, they made new acquisitions. Tyus Jones, I think, will go a long way. Mason Plumlee, give him some athleticism at the center position, right? Kind of give him a different look from Nurk. But for the most part, talking Grayson Allen, Nurk, Beal, Devin Booker, and Kevin Durant, right? Those are kind of your main guys, particularly the big three of the Phoenix Suns, right? Those are the guys that you're leaning on heavily, that you're hoping kind of figure it out, take you to the next step, win an NBA championship. Now, they played their first preseason game. It is preseason. It is the first preseason game. Wins, losses, it's about trying to grow and develop and really kind of learn, especially with Mike Budenholzer now in the fold, trying to learn a new system, trying to develop good habits, right? You're trying to improve night in and night out heading into the NBA season so that way you can have a good NBA season. And look, on paper, Phoenix is up there as one of the best teams in the league. I mean, they have a stacked roster on paper, but we've seen many times in this league, paper doesn't always translate. And I don't have belief in the Phoenix Suns to actually win a championship. Are they going to win some games this year? Are they going to be a top 5 seed at worst in the West Conference? Sure, right? But I don't think Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, and Kevin Durant as a trio is going to be able to get you over the top to win a championship. You have enough firepower. No one would be shocked, including myself, if the Suns won the championship. I'm not going to be like, wow, there's no way I didn't see that coming. Right? They do have enough firepower. You get the right matchups, right? Guys heat up. Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, Kevin Durant are kind of cooking in the playoffs. You could see a path to get there. I just don't think that they're going to be able to consistently put together stops and offensively be so reliant, particularly as 3 jump shooters, as well as 3 guys that are just incredibly similar. Right? You look at the big threes that have had success over the years. They've all played different positions. They've all had different skill sets. They've all been versatile in multitude of ways. Like Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, and Kevin Durant are essentially the same player, just at different scales, right? And, you look at Bradley Beal and Devin Booker in particular, they are essentially the same player. Right? Neither is big enough to really slot and play the 3. Neither is skilled enough as a playmaker to play the point. So it's just, I think you're just going to have a lot of just awkwardness at times. You're going to have moments where it looks great, right? Even last year, Phoenix had moments where they looked great. But I just think overall, they're really going to have their struggles. And also, just based on what we saw from the first preseason game, they are incredibly reliant on the offense. They're not even looking to stop anybody. I mean, the Lakers were getting whatever they wanted whenever they wanted it. And now look, the Lakers, particularly their starting 5, was one of the best offenses in the entire league the previous year. They're going to be very good offensively this year. I think Lakers are probably going to be top 3 to 5 offensively. Defensively, again, just like the Suns, I have some real concerns with the Lakers as well. But I also think that the Lakers just have more overall defensive pieces to where if you need to kind of better balance out your starting unit, you can, right? Where Phoenix, I don't really see that with them, right? And, Phoenix just had no way of stopping. The Lakers, again, basically got whatever they wanted on the offensive side throughout the course of the game. And then Mike Budenholzer has really made it a point of getting quick early shots, right? Don't let the defense really get set, right? That, 10 seconds or less type offense. Mike D'Antoni was the guy that really kind of revolutionized that in a lot of ways back in the old Phoenix days and stuff. But yes, this team, offensively, that does make some sense just because you have so much firepower, right? Get shots up. They were just jacking up threes in that first preseason game. Just every time that they had an opportunity to get the ball off, it was a 3, right? And yeah, you look at teams like the Boston Celtics, leading the league in 3-point attempts and, kind of the first team to kind of have success in winning a championship with such volume of threes. Kind of seems like Mike Budenholzer's kind of leaning into that, which, again, you kind of look at Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, like 3 guys that are more than capable. Tyus Jones is a guy that is capable of knocking down 3-ball. Grayson Allen, one of the better catch-shoot 3-point shooters in the league, right? Like, you have pieces that make some sense as far as, like, just fast-paced offense and get it up, get back and try to get set the other way. But the problem is that, as you saw, like even with those Phoenix teams back in the day with Mike D'Antoni and Steve Nash and all that stuff, how far can that type of offense and play style get you, right? Is that enough for you to, because you got to be able to operate in the half court, especially with guys like Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, and Devin Booker. They are so good in the half court. And once you get to the playoffs and defenses tighten up and teams become more, sound as far as defending the 3-point line and, protect the paint, close out hard on the 3-point shots, right? Are they going to be able to adapt and adjust, right? Are they going to be able to get over the hump come the playoffs? And are they going to be able to get key stops down the stretch of games when things get tight? That's my biggest concern with Phoenix. I just think that they really lack size overall. I don't think that they're very good defensively. And I think a lot of their issues and holes that they had the previous year are all still there, right? Like, could their offense be more efficient, and get more shot attempts up, which could lead to a higher point total? And yeah, but, again, you have to have a nice balance. Yes, the Celtics jacked up a ton of threes and ended up winning an NBA championship, but they were also very good defensively. Dallas got to the finals on their defense, not their offense. They got to the finals on their defense. You saw Minnesota got to the conference finals on their defense. As much as this is a offensive league in a lot of ways, defense is very important, right? Like, and are they going to be able to get stops? You need to be able to win those tight games. And you saw last year, Phoenix was one of the worst fourth quarter teams in the league. They were terrible in closing and finishing games. Right? Like, it was like, if Phoenix has a lead going into the fourth, you made a lot of money last year betting against them. Right? And it's just, you even saw it in the Lakers game, kind of a lot of just back and forth, right? And Phoenix getting into a hole because if they're not hitting shots, they can't stop anybody on the other side. And then you see, the little, 10, oh, now you're down 10. Oh, now you're down 12, right? Then they just have the offensive firepower. Lakers start missing a couple shots. Boom, you're able to get back into it. But it's a lot of just back and forth. It's a lot of like, you go, I go, you go, I go, you go, I go. And you're hoping that you're the one that has the extra point or two more. And again, during the regular season, I think that that'll work. Right? During the regular season, you're going to get away with it. Regular season, Phoenix is probably going to win, 50-plus games. They're probably going to be a very good offensive team. They're going to look good at times. There's going to be stretches where they look good. And, a lot of Suns fans and just NBA people, period, are probably going to be like, oh, Phoenix is this and they're that. And they're, man, watch out. They're this contender and yada, yada. But I really do believe if you really look at and break down the Phoenix Suns, you're going to have a lot of concerns. I even said the same thing about the Lakers last year, right? Lakers were one of the best offenses when they went with that new starting five with Rui injected. One of the best starting fives in the league. I believe they were second during the stretch. And I brought to the attention, like, yeah, that's great. Even when the Lakers were like 9-0 with that starting five. And I was like, yeah, that's great. But what happens when the offense isn't clicking? And they ran into Denver, and guess what happened? The offense stopped clicking, right? When the offense was cooking, you look up, Lakers are beat. You're like, man, Lakers are running through Denver. They're up 20. Things are looking great. And then they just hit that offensive wall, which happens with all teams. I don't care how good offensively you are. All teams run into it. And all of a sudden you look up and Lakers go from up 20 to down 10. And you're like, how did that happen? It's like, well, because the Lakers couldn't stop anybody. And I feel a lot of the same way with Phoenix. I think Phoenix is going to be, when they're clicking and they're cooking and they're hitting shots and Kevin Durant is playing like Kevin Durant and Devin Booker and Bradley Beal are just, shooting 60% from the floor and the offense is just generating. Guys are hitting shots and they're moving the ball well and, they're just getting up attempts and, taking 43s a game and all that. Like, yeah, I think that there's going to be moments where you look and you go, man, the Phoenix Suns look really good. But I think push comes to shove. They're going to get to the playoffs again. They're going to run into a team, like a Minnesota or whomever, that can apply the pressure defensively, as well as, we'll see how well Minnesota can score, because Minnesota has their issues scoring. But, that team that you're going to run into them, and they're going to be able to get the stops, especially down the stretch, and you're not going to be able to, and you're going to look up, and it's like, oh, wow, Phoenix just got eliminated again. I don't really believe in Phoenix. I think that they still have I think that they're better. I like their roster better this year than I did last year. And I said the same thing last year. Like, go watch my Phoenix videos prior to the start of last season. I mean, I was about as accurate as you could possibly be on the Phoenix Suns. Like, everything I talked about and why I thought Phoenix was a pretender. Even when people told me I was delusional and, just give Phoenix the championship now. No one's beating Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, and Devin Booker. Oh, they're this, that, and the other. And I said, okay, one of us is going to be right. And again, one of us was right. I don't see Phoenix as a championship contender, like a real contender. Again, get the right matchups or get hot at the right time. Could you end up in the conference finals or something? Sure. We've seen, Atlanta was in the conference finals a couple years ago. We've seen teams, just get the right breaks, and all of a sudden you look up and you're in the conference finals. But actually getting to the finals, actually winning the finals, I just don't see Phoenix as that team. I just don't think Phoenix, as currently constructed. I think you're going to end up having to trade Bradley Beal or Devin Booker or Kevin Durant. I don't think you're going to be able to trade Bradley Beal. I don't see anybody taking Bradley Beal. And I think you're going to have to I think Devin Booker, because I think you'll get the most return, you'll get the most value for him, and you might be able to actually put together a nice enough roster, nice enough balance, and hope that Bradley Beal and Kevin Durant together, which would still give you plenty of firepower, will be enough alongside a better kind of balanced unit to potentially win a championship. But I think Phoenix as constructed, again, look, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'll be the first to come on and be like, hey, you know what? I was wrong about Phoenix. They won the NBA championship. Congratulations. And we'll talk about it. But I think just like last year, and I said, I think one of us is going to be right. I think that I'm saying the same thing again this year. I think Phoenix is a pretender once again. I think they'll look good at times in the regular season because of the style of offense they're going to run, and they do have a lot of guys that can score the basketball. But I think you're going to end up getting to the playoffs, and they're going to get ran through again. But we'll see. Time will tell. As always, this is a discussion, and I pass the question on to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel with your thoughts? Do you agree with my points? Do you disagree with my points? Are you kind of in the middle with that? Do you think like, Phoenix, they could, but, they still need some work? However you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it. Let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. It's me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.